You're late. We agreed on sundown, did we not?
Yes, I apologize. I had to wait until my companions fell asleep, but they seemed determined not to. And then they started playing Truth or Dare yet again. Anyway.
I hope it's not a habit. Would you normally consider yourself a punctual person?
Of course. It will not happen again.
Well, let's not waste any more time. I am Augury, of course. My business needs no introduction, I'm sure. And it is best that we not name it. One never knows who may be listening. Tell me, what makes you think you'd be a useful addition to my guard? What makes you so special?
Well, let's begin with this. I have been blessed with the ability to read the thoughts of others, to communicate without speaking. I trade in secrets and I capitalize on fear. If someone is withholding information from you, I can find it. If someone is refusing to do your bidding, well, I can make them.
This work requires a very particular set of skills, and we'll get to that, but it also requires a certain mindset. Would you consider yourself a moral person?
Oh, definitely not. Morals are for the weak-willed. They just get in the way of survival.
And were you raised with this outlook, or have you come to it on your own?
Where I come from, if you do not develop this outlook quickly, you do not live very long.
As death is a necessary part of life, it is also a necessary part of this job. You've killed before, I assume.
Yes.
Please describe your first kill. How old were you? What did you feel?
Well, it was rather hands-off, you could say. Several decades ago, a man who lived on our estate was giving trouble to me and my sister. Let's just say he wanted something that we had. But this man was stupid. He had made many enemies. My sister and I were scheduled for an archery contest, which would be watched by the other residents, and we discovered that this man had placed significant bets on my sister. So together we agreed that she would win. I shot poorly that day, and the man won hordes of wealth from the others. And, just as we had planned, the next morning he was discovered with his throat slit and all of his belongings stolen. And no longer a problem for us.
Interesting. Would you say that you believe some deserve to die? And if so, what circumstances might merit such a punishment, in your view?
Anyone deserves to die if they're not smart enough to keep themselves alive. As far as I'm concerned, if you go to sleep without setting a watch or a guard, you deserve whatever you wake up to.
And what are your feelings on torture?
Generally unnecessary with my skill set, but useful on occasion.
Is anyone off limits to you? Women, children, the innocent?
Not in particular. Anyone can be a means to an end.
I see. Well, then let's discuss tactics. I am not merely seeking brute strength, although of course that can be useful in its own way. If given the option, would you rather deceive, convince, or threaten someone into doing your bidding, or my bidding?
With my skill set, the three are often one and the same, but if forced to choose, I would say deceive with the intention to convince. People are most likely to follow through if they believe in what they are doing.
And are you a good liar then? Can you keep a secret?
I will admit I am not the best liar, but I can most definitely keep a secret.
I want to be clear with you. I understand that each living being has their own mind, their own beliefs. My goal is not to change those beliefs in you, but simply to identify the cost of overriding them.
And I freely admit I have my own goals. But if my understanding is correct, working for you may bring me closer to them.
Money is no object here. I'm seeking the very best, and I am willing to pay for it. Let's imagine, just for a moment, that someone bribes you to turn on me, to reveal my secrets. Could you be bought?
Money is the last thing I am after. As long as working for you continues to bring me closer to my goals, I will not be bought.
And if they torture you, will you break easily?
I have yet to.
Well, I'll tell you in advance. Anything anyone offers you to turn on me, I will double it. Consider it a reward for delivering them to me.
Very well.
Come, it's not all so dark. What about, errands? Chores? Are you too good for them? Delivering messages, for example. Refilling my wine.
With my abilities, I'm qualified for more than... Of course.
You will not be my sole guard, of course. I already have many formidable creatures in my employ. Do you play well with others?
When necessary, but I have no allegiance to others.
And if you were to identify your main weaknesses, what would they be?
I am new to this part of the world. I do not always understand its customs, its practices, the rules that society abides by. Sometimes I stand out because I make mistakes or misunderstand. But that is why I work best in the shadows, silently and alone.
Interesting. I do like you, I admit it. I find you unique. You would bring something new to my offices, there is no doubting it. What will it take? How much a week to tempt you away from your party and whatever your current objectives are, and bring you into the fold?
Leave my party? I didn't realize that... The most important thing is a path toward my goals. My party provides that currently, but if the path you provide is more direct, then so be it.
You could have anything you wanted, you know. Consider it. Don't be hasty. We're in the city 3 more days if you decide to accept. Inform me by then, and if you don't, well, let's hope we don't run into one another again.
Very well. I will inform you of my decision.
You may go.
Goodbye.